We're dealing with a historic generational tornado event. We're talking about, in a league of its own, a one of one. To get a path length over 50 miles is extremely difficult to do, let alone talking about 100 or even in this case 200 plus. That was really spawned by a Goldilocks of events, including a strong upper level jet stream, a very warm and humid air mass. On Friday morning, it looked a lot more like late April, early May. In many places. Memphis, Tennessee, for example, set their record high on Friday afternoon at 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So this was an extremely sort of unusual warm, humid air mass, especially for December. I think there's a couple of components here. Number one, I sort of think of the analogy as Major League Baseball during the steroids era. Was that home run due to steroids? Just like we're talking about, was that tornado due to climate change? We can't say for certain that at-bat, that home run, right, was due to steroids. But when you look at the aggregate, the number of home runs over the season, the batting averages during that period, it becomes clear the influence. We're not there yet with tornadoes. We can't quite say that. What we do know is there's been a geographic shift in where tornadoes are most frequently happening. The trend is downward in the Great Plains, places like Texas and Oklahoma, and is increasing in places like Kentucky, Missouri, portions of Tennessee, Arkansas, etc. And even across the Midwest and other places in the Southeast. And so that really has us cause for concern. In addition to the changing climate, is the changing human footprint. We cannot forget that. We do focus a lot on the climate change issue, but we are also, as humans, modifying the land surface, right? We are expanding our cities. We are creating greater exposure, especially when you look at the Mid-South, the way our cities grow. They are expanding at a rate that essentially is increasing the size of the bullseye on the dartboard. And when you begin to have either the same number of tornado events or more tornado events in the future, these disasters become magnified, they become multiplied, independent of climate change.